I did mention at one point during this playthrough that I made some poor choices on some of these flat rides. Then again, I might not have mentioned that at all. But I did, and I'm about to replace some of them. Hiya Borkers, I'm Jalen Fulf and welcome back to Planet Coaster. Last time we were here, we did a lot of scenery stuff, including this line of bushes at the front entrance. Now, speaking of the front entrance, I did want to bring up a few things. First off, one of the things I changed was I added Gulpy, Rex, and King Coaster to this side of the park entrance without realizing. And you may have seen this in, I don't know if you've seen this in the thumbnail image for the last video, but I had two other King Coaster posters back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in, edit building with selected part, and I'm going to go ahead and take care of that now. So for this to work, I'm going to do some wall signs, and I think there are posters here too, aren't there? Miscellaneous signs, theme signs. Miscellaneous signs, poster, all. So here's one that I'm going to do. Get rid of wall poster 2, King Coaster, and we're going to replace it with this very satisfied guest that was previously on the front of the park. Why is this? Well, I'm expecting my guests to leave this park very satisfied with what I'm about to be doing to finish off this entire series. And that's one sign of good reason. But then the other one is going to be if I go back in here and get rid of this for a second. What is a security poster? Oh my god! Security knock down a guest and get them out of our park. Make sure you don't litter, don't vandalize, and you'll be in good hands. I mean, that probably is bad advertising from the front of the park, but from the back of the park, I don't know how it's going to work. Then again, I also just realized that might be off center here. Let me go ahead and see if I can fix that real quick. Right here. There we go. So that is the park entrance with its official doneness done. And today we're going to be focusing on path scenery, which may include on the sides some lights. But before we do that, however, oh my god, we got a staff member that just quit. Let me go ahead and rehire them. I think I got more staff members that quit, didn't they? Let me just go ahead and quick check my staff real quick to see what their satisfaction is. We got a leaving staff member already. Let's just go ahead and get you back in as well. And of course, I'll have to be doing a lot of training off camera. I forgot to do that this time around, but that should still work in the process, so it's not going to be a big deal to me, anyways. Then again, I just remembered while we're speaking on the subject of paths, I just realized, and I really did just realize that these paths right here kind of don't seem to fit at all, if you think about it very carefully. So why don't I go ahead and... get rid of some of them? This can be gone. And why did I select that path? That was from off-camera park judge. I think coaster review for some new workshop stuff that I'm gonna be looking at. Spoiler alert: you may have that in a future part, but not this time around. Let's make sure the guests clear out first, and we'll be all set. I think they're about to clear out too, just so we are very well clear on this. And then with them clearing out of that particular path, we should be a-okay here. My question is, what are people doing at the priority pass section of the line? Are people, like, literally just waiting to see if they can actually make the Priority Pass line, or no? I don't know if anybody's actually using Priority Pass to begin with. Then again, there are some rides that I do admit that I do want to start using. It's just, maybe it's not there yet. Maybe it's just not there yet, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we got something good. But at the cost of that path, we are going to end up with a little bit of traffic. I did actually add that path on the expense of having traffic when I remember there was the Witch's Haunt there. So that kind of ruined the fun a little bit. So what I'm going to do is restore the existing jungle-themed path, but not up to there. And I have good reason for it. And that reasoning is just that stuff. Now, that's a bit of the path work done. But I want to get back to my real list, and I have some flat rides that I want to get rid of, as I explained in the beginning of this video. First off, 360 power. Why did I choose this ride? I wanted something that was swinging and inverted. There are other swinging inverted coasters around here that could really work, but I think closing this ride would be just much better. Maybe it's just the fact that most guests aren't even using the ride to begin with. So let me go ahead and just close it up. A poor prestige coaster indeed. And can I force it close? I can force it close, and then open close to force the guests off. And then just like that, I can go ahead and demolish. So there. That is 360 power gone, and in my list, if I go all the way back to my... I'm going to go back to the 13-footer path. I'll go ahead and delete this queue because I don't think this queue path will be meant for what I'm about to build. So in this space right here, remember I had the 360 power here? I had a chance to look at all the rides available to me in the Planet Coaster system, and I've opted instead to replace it with a sundial, if I can find it. There it is, the sundial. But how big is it compared to the 360 power? Oh my god, that is huge. And might need some terraforming to make this work. Yeah, I'm gonna need some terraforming here. So yeah, just a bit here on the edges. Just get this down and out. And then get this smooth to finish off. And we'll be done there. But my question becomes, will it work? Will it fit? Let's see. Back to sundial. It still doesn't... Okay, never mind, it does. Alright, we got ourselves a solution. Alright, so that is done. I'll go ahead and place the entrance on this side, and then we can have an easy exit going to the path here. So as far as the path is concerned, I think we got ourselves something to work off of. Just curve it around, but I'm not going to connect it to that side. I'm going to connect it to this side over here. Try to connect it in such a way that it won't ruin the path. It probably doesn't, but still. For a short path like that, I really don't think there's going to be a lot of guests anyways. It's worth a shot anyways, but in the end, I'm pretty sure I have myself a good deal. And again, this will be worth it in the end. Let's go ahead and open this baby as it is, and hopefully the prestige will be good. When we get to it, of course. I mean, the queue path also falls into prestige category as well. Then we go over here to this Coriolis. I've decided that this type of spinner isn't really a big one. Isn't really one of those big ones that I'm expecting. So let me go ahead and test close and then open close to force the guests off. Usually open close usually does the exact same thing, but I think test and then open is much better to actually force them off. But in the long run, that really kind of... Yeah. You tell me how bad the Coriolis is in place of what I'm about to replace it with. And this was exactly one of the coasters in the original poll that I decided I still wanted to put it anyways. The Scissor, guys. It's basically the same thing, just a little bit more on the edge of the, remember the Twister from Roller Coaster Tycoon 3? Something similar to that, almost. And I don't need to take care of the entrance too much. Oh, and the exit's already here, too. That's good. Perfect! Everything here should be sweet and dandy, and we shall be in the clear for Scissor. Excellent. So, that is 360 Power and Coriolis done. Let's move on to another part of the park, where we're going to look at this magic carpet over here. I have potentially 2 coasters that I want to look at that could see themselves the unexpected end to their potentialness. Or, I mean, does it fit the theming? I think I didn't make sense there, but really, does it fit the theming? No, it doesn't. Really, it does not fit the theming. And I think the guests actually are starting to find out for themselves that this is not their motif, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete this as is and just be done with it. This also means deleting the path, because this place is actually going to be used for 2 flat rides. So we get 1 extra flat ride out of all of this. But then again, we also have to delete some trees too, so... And to get that right... There. That should sweeten the deal. Of course, I'm going to put more trees in anyways, but so it's not like I'm going to care that much. Speaking of trees, there are going to be some trees that I'm going to be adding later down the line, thanks to a poll that you unanimously decided. So not coasters, please, but rides. I'm done with on workshop coasters, except for a few. We'll see when we get there. But for this particular one, I have chosen Forge, which I think I'm gonna have a quick test of it later too. But Forge looks like one of those. Am I seriously gonna have to put it here instead? I might put Forge and Hammer Swing in the same place. Just Hammer Swing might be. Let me see what Hammer Swing's like, because the Hammer Swing's gonna be the other one. It's just. How big is this? Oh, this is not too bad, and it fits right by the area with the trees, so I'm going to put that there. The Forge can go over here. Now, my question is, entrance? No, I'm going to have to put it somewhere over here and connect the path myself. The exit, though, it already connects itself. So all I got to do is just add the path. Continue to wrap around as it normally would, until I at least get close enough that I can easily just connect like that. Again, with flat rides like that, I don't expect to have too many guests on, so I may as well just go ahead and add the Forge like that. There you go. There you go. Should be good enough. And then on top of that, we still gotta take care of all of these trees, or at least maybe like just these. Which should be enough to take care of... Oh my god, really? Oh no, wait, unless that's just... No, we got it. That's just that batch of trees. Okay, get rid of it. Because here is going to be the exact same place. I did originally plan to put both a Forge and a Hammer Swing there, but didn't realize the monorail was going to be in the way. So the Hammer Swing goes here instead. I think one of my biggest issues is getting the hammers close to the path. And I think that was one of the big issues with placing the entrance and exit. Although, really though, I don't see a real big problem with putting the entrance and exit in this place. Really, the only issue stands that... Is that going to clear, I think? I think that's going to clear. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's going to clear. And again, straight queue path again, because I'm not expecting too many guests on flat rides. I'm mostly focused on the coasters. But of course, we don't really... I'm not one of those guys that generally has a care about that. But again, whatever... I mean, if I do decide to have every ride named, including the flat rides, then I have a chance for some smaller folks to claim these rides. I want to focus on the coasters for now, at least for names. Flat rides can come later. But for now, that takes care of the magic carpet ride section. Let me go ahead and take off my checklist real quick before I move on to the next thing. Now, if we go all the way back over to this side and recall that I also built a restaurant over here, we're going to then pass the restaurant, pass the, what is it, this Malice Unchained over here, and we're going to go all the way over here to many different designs. The first of which, I spot a carousel, which is clean, a free flyer, which is also clean, and where else? Oh, wait a minute. I had on my checklist Hyperspin and Free Flyer in one of those particular places without even realizing that I already had the Free Flyer in here. What was I thinking? Anyway. Maybe I was thinking of something else. But what was I thinking of, actually? Speaking of rides. I go here to Free Flyer. There must have been something close by that I may have considered. Forge, no. Gears of Fear, no. I think we have ourselves a working system. So, yeah. Actually, with these particular rides, if you guys have any good ride skins you might want me to include, please feel free to let me know down in the comments for any of these rides that you see here. I've got many different flat rides, and I can explain them all at the very end of the video. But for now, though, I'm going to continue onward to this direction. I already took care of the Iron Claw over here, as you guys voted on for the last part of this series. If I go over here to, this is the Hellion Ring, which I already took care of. And all the way over here, we have ourselves some good stuff. But for now, let's go over here. We have a Monte Leon, which already has its set. Then we have a Power Moves, which, funny enough, when I looked at the blueprints for the flat rides, I didn't expect there to be any blueprints for the flat rides, only because it's just flat rides. All I can really do here is just go ahead, pop a close, pop a test again, pop a close, pop an open to force everybody to the exit, and then pop a close. There's going to be some small traffic there, but that's okay, it's just a large crowd. So what ends up happening, I'm going to go ahead and pop a delete here, because in rides under blueprints, I spotted a Power Moves blueprint. If I then timed up like this, and then go like this, careful placement, I don't think it's going to fit. If I just be careful with my placement here, then I'm going to be fine. And, oh, I just almost got it. Careful. I don't really want to raise it up. Oh my god! I am not used to this mouse. Careful placement. Almost got it! There. So all I really can do is just put the entrance over here. That can link that up already. And then the exit path right next to it. See what we did here? That is a perfect blueprint worth working on. I mean, they're not going to see the coaster. They're not going to see the whole thing as they go around. They already see it from this angle, but when they go around and see it from a... I have a different plan. I have a different plan. Undo everything. We're gonna go ahead and do this the same way, except we're gonna face the backdrop towards the guests. Like that. And then if I do my careful placement again, like that would be closer to that. Can I just get this right without fucking this up? Please. Work here, damn it. Work. Oh my god. Oh, almost got it there. It just blipped and then just suddenly went, no, it's not gonna do it. It just blipped it. There it is. Okay. Placement's hard. Placement is absolutely hard on this ride. Not gonna lie. Placement is very hard. I'll go ahead and open this up as is. The new design is looking good. Although, if you look very carefully, that is... funny enough, that's actually how I expect this blueprint to really look. Good stuff, good stuff. So then if we go all the way over here, we'll take care of the Witch's Haunt later, because I just realized Witch's Haunt is a Frontier blueprint, and I'm trying to reduce my time with Frontier blueprints. I want to go in and have a look at the workshop, because I found something in the Featured Creators section when the main menu of Planet Coaster that could definitely fit in there, so I'm going to come back to this place. There's also a missing space over here that could use a lot of work, and could really use a lot of good rides. Although there's one thing in particular, this Through the Jungle back here is going to need a big replacement. At some point down the line, I am going to have to relocate, or at least get rid of this launched coaster. I already have a launch over here, which is Jungle Road, but I also got something else which would be beneficial for a lake theme. But I just want to make sure that or at least if you look at least if we think about it very carefully. It's not very fit for the Alpine theme, but if you think about Alpine and the themes of winter, you're probably going to expect me to use something related to winter. But in terms of rides over here, see how not many customers are going to these shops? We need something to bring them over here. And in doing so, I've decided that I want to include 2 flat rides, both of which have a chance. First one is this Centrum right here. First one is the Centrum. If you remember the Enterprise in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, this works just exactly the same as before. Except if you think about it, see those restraints, the yellow and red restraints? That's where the riders stay. The riders are standing on those particular spots, and I've seen this in carnivals. I've seen this well placed in carnivals. And actually, before I go on any further with this, let me go ahead and 33-footer this. And I have a purpose for extending it out this far. Ugh, my voice is going to get shot after this. But then when we do this, we're going to connect the queue again, just in almost the same way as before. But maybe I want to try a thing. Maybe if I get close enough to this particular location. Maybe if I get close enough there, then that should be something. Yeah, a little bit like that. I mean, it should still work, right? Yeah, go ahead and open this baby, and we should be on the road. As before, guys, as before, I am going to add scenery to these rides, and maybe some stuff for prestige. So, low prestige like this is probably going to be like, meh. Maybe this is not designed for the guests after all, but we'll see. In fact, speaking of rides, there is another one that I'm going to place in here, and it's exactly one of those rides that I never even bothered to place anywhere in this park at all. And that, my friends, is the classic Chaeroplane. If you guys remember me placing something similar to this in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, then this is exactly the same type of ride. Just more chairs, in a sense. More chairs. And then easy exit back there. And funny enough, we can just build our queue path similar like this. But be very careful, because all I can really do is just try not to connect until I actually need to. And right here should be good. I might have done an oof, but if anything, you guys can go ahead and balk me like I'm about to do now. There. So, that takes care of the missing space. That takes care of my power moves. I'm going to go ahead and get this checklist real quick. Now, going back over here, I think we've gotten this part down. But now if I go back all the way over here, if I go over here, I had Swift Eagles over here, which, why is it fitting in a carnival setting? Why is it fitting in a carnival setting? So get rid of this, open and close to force guests onto the exit path, and we're going to demolish this because I've got more stuff to put here. So with that out of the way, rides. Here we're going, in the same place, we're going to add a ride called the Swift Drifters. I can locate it. I can get this in position like that. There we go. Entrance this way, exit this way, and all I can really do is just open this baby up and we should be in the clear to go. That should be impressive. But for now, though, that takes care of that. I've got one more ride to put in this particular location as well. We're going to add another flat ride to this, and that is the Screaminator. It's another tower type that actually fits very well in a carnival setting. But the sheer size of it, it's the sheer size of it. We're going to have to do the same thing we did with Wild Mouse and put it outside the carnival section as a forego to this area. But if it does raise the prestige of Cascade, then I'm going to be surprised, because hell, that is just outright impressive in its own right. But anyway, entrance and exit, connect entrance. The entrance in the back is kind of really appealing to me in itself, because I've thought about that for myself real quick, and it just nearly felt right. I would continue, but that's better than expected. Really, I wouldn't say it fits in a carnival that much. It does, but I wish it did. I wish it did. Many guests are trapped in the park. Wait, really? Really? I'm gonna have to interrupt my thing to say, I'm stuck, help, I'm stuck. Help, I'm stuck. Where's my guests? Where's my guests and guest thoughts? Many guests are trapped in the park, but where are they? That could be something that I'll look into. That could definitely be something I'll look into. But again, I will absolutely look at that as soon as I get to that. And I just realized something. Remember when I said I was going to reduce my limit to 3K? I'm already seeing the amount of guests in here, and surprisingly the frame rate hasn't been too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the tickets back up and bring this back to the max of 5K. Because I like the idea of having 5K guests in my park. It's already gone back up to what it's supposed to be, and my frame rate is not too bad now. I mean, if it does go back up, if it does start to lag again, I can reduce it back to 4K, but 4K looking like it's already good enough. I'm just going to see what 5K is like. Anyway, that takes care of Swift Eagles. But I'm going to go into the jungle area because we have some more rides to tackle, like this Golden Eagle back here. Do I need this Golden Eagle? I don't think we do. It doesn't really seem to fit in the area, but at the same time, it could. It's just, I don't see it fitting at all. So with that out of the way, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. I'm going to see, does the Hurricane, not the Hyperspin, but the Hurricane, fit the exact same area? It does. I can definitely fit with this. The place entrance, place exit. Oh no, I just fucked up the exit. Can I replace the exit? Is there a way I can replace the exit here? Move exit, there we go. Opportunities. When you least expect them. Open this baby up. The colors might not be beneficial, but we'll work with it. We'll work with it. So that is Golden Eagle done. We then go on to, if I can find my other flat ride in the jungle, which is this rising raptor back here. If I'm looking for a tower, that's probably too small of a tower for me. So I've decided on another tower. I've decided on yet another tower to work with this. And what better tower to use than the sun flare. Jungle's got a sun setting to it. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to remove some trees. I am gonna have to remove some trees to make this fit. It's unfortunate that I have to do this, but again, any sacrifice for building a bride here is all that's good. Alright, test. Alright, let's test it out. Let's test out, see if this newer... Where is it? See if this newer sun flare position will actually work. How big is it? I still need to remove more trees. On the left, that is. This particular side. I mean, it is going to give guests a view of the ride from one specific location, but it should still work. I mean, a large amount of trees shouldn't be too bad, but again, there's always replacing. There is always replacing. Oh god, another vendor quit. And guess what? I actually have to do some terraforming. There, that should flatten it up a little bit. And if I can just get this in position. Like that should be good. And then we already have our queue paths all set. I've made sure that these are in place. So that should still work in the long run. And you still have that little grassy moment in between the little sun panel right there, which all works out. I'll go ahead and pop it open, and everybody will enjoy a sun flare. Oh, and it is towering over everything too, so it's not like, well, it really isn't like it's bad in a sense, it's just there. And speaking of replacing trees, let me go ahead and duplicate and position here. Just to get a little extra foliage in the area. So then we go to... I just did Golden Eagle, Rising Raptor, and Swift Eagles. If we go all the way back over here, I did include a radius somewhere back here, if I can locate it. That's a Sky Temple. This is a Vice Horn. We've got a Grand Carousel here. This baby. This big ol' Ferris wheel. My question is, why do I have that when I already have a big ol' Ferris wheel all the way over in the front of the park? That is my question. How am I supposed to work with something when I already know there's something else in the park? That's what I did with the Vice Horn in the last part, and I'm gonna do the same thing here with the radius. So pop a close, test, close, open, close, to force guests off, and then gone. Bye. And as far as this is concerned, let me go ahead and take care of the pathing real quick. Also get rid of that tree, because I think what we're going to do is going to not need that tree. Because in the area I am adding... I did say hyperspin. I did say hyperspin. And this is exactly what I'm adding. A big ol' hyperspin. Oh. Shift up like that. No, I said shift up like that. Like that. There we are. Just as long as it's ground level, I'm happy. I'm hoping it's ground level. No, I just did the entrance. I want the exit, damn it. Yeah, I hope this is ground level. Well, it's not. But I tried. The music of the carousel is actually starting to appeal. I mean, a little bit. But even then, with what we got, we are clean as a whistle with this. Open this baby up, and it should be in the clear. Now that is our flat rides, but I'm going to go back to the front of the park because we have another coaster. Another ride that needs replacing. This coaster seriously needs a big replacement. The Witch's Haunt is too popular, and by realization, it's... Let me go into track rides real quick and filter by Frontier. If I go over here, I chose the Witch's Haunt from the Frontier selection. The workshop, I should have told you guys this, but I've been going through all the workshop content that's in here. Like for example, Temple Adventures from workshop, Through the Jungles from workshop, Jungle Road, Thriller, Pirates Cove, Wild Mouse. All of that's from the Steam Workshop. The only thing that's not from the workshop is Quick Draw, all the way back here, which is another Frontier pre-made, but I have good reason for it. I have good reason for it being here. And reason is, I couldn't find any, I could not find any Target rides in the workshop, and it's the only thing in the setting. It's Western themed, it doesn't really necessarily fit to begin with the scenery rides, but it works. It works. So, what I'm going to do is go all the way over back to the hotel and delete the Witch's Haunt. This is my limitation on Frontier designs. So, get rid of all of that. And unfortunately, guests are going to be sad that this is going. So yeah, that means I'm going to have to demolish this. Okay, so the fence is not part of a building. This is a building, though. Alright, now as far as this goes, let me see if I can do this. Get this all the way back here, but not delete the hypercoaster. Like that. Now that should clear everything, if I'm not mistaken. Boop, and bye. That's easy enough. That is easy enough. I did, however... I'm going to delete the path for a second. I did, however, find another thing in the workshop. Matter of fact, it's from one of the featured creators. I did mention this. It was one of the featured creators that I found it from. And surprisingly, I thought, hey, this might fit in my park. Honestly, this might fit. Have we looked into it? The answer is yes. Or at least, I think I did. But here it is. If I go into track rides, and instead of, and filter by Steam Workshop, and then go all the way down to Powered Ride, is it? No. I go to Transport Ride? Interactive Ride? Water Ride? It's a different ride, but it's called... Where is it? Mystic Manor. There it is. Mystic Manor. Notice how beautiful this looks. Right here, notice how beautiful this looks. This is very appealing. It's actually the mansion we're after. A very, like, haunted mansion. Haunted mansion, if you think about it. It actually fits. You actually have the designated entrance and designated exit, as I was looking for in the Witch's Haunt, to begin with. It just works. But here's the other thing. I'm going to rotate this again, because this is where we need this. If I then go all the way down here, now I need a limit. That's where to, like the Mystic Manor references missing user audio file. That's okay. That's okay. I don't need the music. I do not need the music. And luckily enough, this actually has a designated place for an entrance and exit, because the person didn't actually place the entrance and exit. What they did do is designate some places specifically for those and actually make us build it ourselves. So when I go over here inside the place, and I'm going to have to be really careful with this, the entrance goes here. And then if I pull outside and then actually face the thing, we have the exit over here. And now here's where things get interesting, because I'm going to hold off on the queue path for a minute and just focus on the passenger path, or the exit path rather. Because that's our exit path. Oh, I'm getting rid of this too. I'm getting rid of this too. That's mainly because I want to do this. And that's going to be better than just having that in place. So now I've also gone ahead and had a wild test of the queue path, and I do believe that I found the optimal path that the designer, who I am going to credit now as Zafor. I hope I'm not mispronouncing the name. Zafor. I have his YouTube linked down in the description, and if I am able to, I could also add it to the eye right over in the upper right. If not, then you'll have it in the description. But how do I do this? Well, I think optimally, the standard 10-foot queue path doesn't seem to fit. Let me go ahead and see how it happens on a 13-foot. He intended 13-foot. He absolutely intended a 13-foot wide queue path. I originally went through this with a 10-foot queue path and it still worked. What in the heck am I thinking about a 13-foot? Apparently it did not intend to have that. Let me just hold off on this real quick. I've got staff I need to take care of. So where was I on this? Yeah. For queue paths, I think we settled on a 13-footer. I actually need to do a 10-footer for this. 10-footer for some point in this queue path, and I think there's a point where I do have to use a 13-footer. So then if I do this and then that could easily bypass some of the scenery. And I'm not going to be able to get inside. Oh, no, I can. Never mind, never mind. But now I'm confused. And is this expected to go like this? It is. And then like this, and then like this, and then like that, and then like that, and then like this, and then like this. Because in the end, what we expect is for the queue path to come out like this, and then around like this, and then down. Strange how this works. But that is Mystic Manor by Zafor. Zafor. Again, his YouTube is down in the description. So, does it require a test? I believe it requires a test. If I go through this. Yes, it does. I'm going to have to test it and come back to it. But as far as... I need to open Hammer Swing and share a plane. As far as that's concerned, that takes care of... Wait a minute. Is that the only thing testing? That is the only thing testing. Okay. I was just making sure of stuff. Don't mind me. So anyway, now that that's done and over with, I want to go back to the idea of adding some scenery around the park. First, you guys, I went onto Twitter and asked you guys, would it be beneficial for me to include some popcorn ball trees in the park? So if I go in here, go to Steam Workshop, go to trees. Where's trees? Animatronics, fireworks, special effects, nature. If I go to nature, popcorn ball tree black and white, popcorn ball tree multicolored, and popcorn ball tree red. Same guy. I give a big huge credit to DJ Technoid for this amazing work. Again, his YouTube is also down in the description. But with that said, I'm going to start this section off with a multicolored popcorn ball on both sides. And then if we go back over to... Let's go back to this section of the park, because then we're going to add a red popcorn ball tree on both ends of here. I'm not going to be able to build anything underneath the success coaster, but I will add a black and white to sweeten the deal here. Like, add it right here. The popcorn ball trees won't even fit in the jungle either. I'm just going to leave the jungle alone. As far as popcorn ball trees go, the only real things I can add for popcorn ball trees, I'll add more like red ones over here. Coincidentally, though, I could also change the color of these if I wanted to. So line of red popcorn ball trees over here. That should be a good starter. But then when I go over here, I think we should be a-okay over here as far as this is concerned. Maybe a black and white over here to signify that this area, we're entering a vintage area. Like, put 2 black and whites over here to kind of put that deal in play. And that should be it for some popcorn balls. Let me know where else you want where else you think popcorn balls trees would actually fit. But as far as that's concerned, that takes care of the popcorn ball trees. I also have a set of lava lamps that I could use. Now, to get things set up, I am going to place them in an empty spot in the park. The only empty spot that I have is all the way back over here. Truthfully, the trees don't fit, so I can go ahead and just get rid of those. I could go ahead and get rid of the palm trees, because why not? So get rid of the palm trees, and not get rid of Griffin. Oh, why in the hell do I do this to myself? So that takes care of the trees. How do these babies look in night light? How do these babies look in the night? So 10 p.m. Let's turn them on. Oh my god, they look good. They're not true lava lamps, but hell are they impressive. I want to, by the way, give credit to a female featured creator, Amori, who was fantastic making these lava lamp designs. And honestly, though, I kind of like them all. Really, I like them all. It's just so hard to choose at least one. But truthfully, the blue and green seem to appeal to me. I'll go ahead and get rid of purple. I'll get rid of orange. Green and blue are the ones that appeal to me the most. So I'm going to go ahead and get green for the jungle. So I'm going to go ahead and dupe. And will it allow me to place multiple of these? Will it allow me to place multiple of these lava lamps in this park? No, it won't. I'll have to go ahead and duplicate again. Really, the only place I can put these lava lamps are in the corners of major intersections in the park, but you get the drift. You get the drift. Duplicate. Put you here, if I could. There. And then another duplication here. I may accidentally increase ride prestige on some places, but that's okay. That's okay. And then over here, we're going to add 2 greens here, just to put at least one entry into the jungle area. And then we're probably gonna do the same thing over here too. On this entrance. If I'm not mistaken, like over here. Duplicate again. Put green here. And then we're gonna do the same thing with duplication and add it to the back of the park too. Why not? Back of the park. What do you got? What do you guys got? So back of the park only has this much work to deal with. So all I can really do here is just add that there and then add this all the way over in, if I can fit it, here. So that takes care of green. Green, that's a big color to work with. Really though, I like the theming of the lights for the jungle area. It really does already add light to it as it is. So the green is done. Green is done. Now I have to deal with the blue. I'll go ahead and duplicate you and add you. I am going to add regular path lights too, not just these. I'll first add you over here with all of these info booths. That makes 2 of you, by the way. Then I'll add another blue over here. By the way, for Q Path Prestige, I think I want to go ahead and add some to my success coaster if I can find it. Find its Q Path, which coincidentally is over here. Maybe a lot of them around here, just to indicate some major success. By the way, if you do like the other purple and orange lava lamps as well, I might be able to use them. Just feel free to let me know when we get to naming and scening up the rides, or beautifying the rides, rather. I'm starting up the beautification process on this ride right now, rather. So that basically takes care of the entrance to this coaster. I do intend to put a building here too, but there's reason not to. Or there's reason to do it, it's just... Okay, I need to really take care of my staff. I am not happy with where this is going. So I've set the lighting back to 10 a.m. rather than 3 a.m., even though, if you look, I think it was all the way over with the underrang, the boomerang underground, back here, that there was a big shadow over here that was causing a little bit of a trouble. But of course, if we turned on active lighting in here, then that would really shake things up. But as far as the lights are concerned and the lava lamps over here are concerned, I think I'm done. You guys just let me know about when we get to designing the rides, the decoration and whatnot. Feel free to let me know if any of the workshop stuff in here best suit you. I will also link all the workshop stuff as well as creators' content stuff down in the description. So that takes care of these workshop stuff. But I also have some benches, trash bins, basically anything that could really benefit the path scenery, because really when I started this park, I only put like path scenery in this particular section of the park where we had all of the stuff, the info, the food and drinks. Now, how am I going to be able to do this without ruining guest day? There we go. That should do it. So. Oh, I've ruined some days here too. Alright, that settles that. And move this a little bit. Just some spicing up in this area. Now, I'm going back to scenery. I want to use the exact same stuff as I did over here. So if I had a bench here, that's the standard issue park bench. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate you, and then start placing you around the park. Like over here, per se. And then here. Also, I'm aware I'm using these generic benches in the jungle area. I mean... Who wouldn't hurt to have that in that area? Honestly, who wouldn't hurt to have it in this area? It's really just one of those incidental moments, if you think about it. Very incidental. I also realize High Spin over here is, in fact, a Frontier ride. Again, like I said, I am limiting frontier rides, and high spin just seems fitting. So, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't mind. I don't mind you leaving hate comments about that. Leaving hate comments saying, where's your creativity? That takes care of the benches. I still gotta go in and focus next. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, props. No props? Where's the path stuff? Yeah, path extras. Path extras. Oh, God. Now I'm gonna go back to the front here, use the same trash bins. I'm done with this. Duplicate. But instead of having the trash bins everywhere else like the rest of the park benches do, I'm gonna find a store and start putting trash bins there. Why a store specifically? Why not, why a store specifically, and why not just, near any rides? Well, essentially, what I'm saying here is, by odd chance, if there's a shop around, then chances are, near that shop, you're probably going to have a space where your guests are going to need to recycle stuff. I mean, I could technically put it in, like, a major corner of the, I could technically put it in a major corner like I could do over here. That also works, in a sense. So yeah, I have my reasons for this. So maybe not just in front of shops, but definitely in major parts of the park, like corners and intersections, like here. Like here. It may be under the coaster, but should still damn work. So yeah, that takes care of that side of the park with the trash bins. So with that out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and find a decent, what do we got here that could be beneficial? Security cameras. I need some good old-fashioned security cams. Where could I locate a security cam? I put all. Security camera, 15-meter radius. Perfect. So if I have one in each major point of the park, because it's essentially that, it reports it's definitely going to catch a couple acts of vandalism, and security is going to be on their ass. Funny enough, as of this recording, funny enough, as of this recording, I am currently working job advertising for a security solutions company, which has allowed, it's a global company that has provided security solutions to basically global companies worldwide. It's a global community, unlike just in North America stuff. So we're not just USA, we're UK where it's based. We are South Africa, Canada, basically anywhere where it's that. You guys can take a wild guess. I'm just not going to share it in the video. So that takes care of all the security cameras. I really wanted to try just a few for now, see how it deters vandalism, and probably improves the quality and workflow of the security guards as they try to catch these guests. So that also means going in and trying out some. Where can I? Are there cute TVs? Are there cute TVs that'll work, like similar to Roller Coaster Tycoon 3? I'm missing something here, aren't I? TV screen. So how would a 1 meter TV screen work? I mean, it works like that, but the problem is it's wall mounted. I need something that's on a stand or something. So, takes care of a lot of things. So, it blows me away that I can't do cute TVs. But what path extras could I put that can really add appeal to it? Like props. Let's see what... No, X out of that. I don't need my search. I mean, picnic stuff would work too, but I haven't explored that part yet. Oh my god, more staff problems? Here, I'm gonna fix this. I think the last thing I want to look into is path lamps, and for that I'm gonna reset the lighting back to 10 p.m. because by then, even though it looks dark, I'm gonna have a good reason to actually utilize these lights. I need something that looks like a path lamp. Like, not dragon lamp post, because that doesn't look fitting and appealing. I need something that actually looks like it would work as a sort of path lamp, like a street lamp. Street light post, street lamp, there we go. Now, instead of you pushing this into the jungle path, the jungle section of the park, I'll go ahead and not use this particular lamp in the jungle section, but rather put it in a spot where it would fit. Just this section. At least it's better. I mean, we already have some places for path lights anyway. Well, speaking of this Mystic Manor here, I need to open this baby, because we are done with testing. If I can actually click it, damn it. We are done with testing for this ride, so I'll go ahead and close it for now, open it back up, and watch as the guests flow in. I'll come back later and do it, because I need to do this lamp thingy. Take you and duplicate. Hotel already has some lights to work with, so that doesn't need to be too bad, so long as we got something going out of that. Alright, now that should do it in terms of lighting up the paths in my park. I'm sorry if most of that was cut because my lack of speaking during this whole thing, but here we are. If we look at the entire park, you can see all of the lights that I have placed. Those little yellow spots down here, that is all where I have placed path lights, the street lights that you see me working with over here. This little light here that you see right there, that is where I placed all those lights. You know, there's one place though that I didn't place the lights, and that is the jungle, and I have good reason for that too. And one of the big reasons is I want to put a different one here. So let me go ahead and change that. But first I need to take care of some staff stuff. Alright, that's staff stuff taken care of. I'm pretty sure you guys didn't want to see me handling the whole rehire process and everything like that, because I remember earlier in this park, all of my janitors quit, not at once, but progressively, to a point where as many guests get trapped in the park, chances are... Speaking of, are my janitors still in the park? I still have janitors, I still have vendors, I still have mechanics, I still have security guards. At least I still have entertainers, I'll tell you that. And my entertainers are actually being so happy with their work that I don't even need to bother with them. What I do need to bother with, though, is the lamps, the path lamps for the jungle theme, the adventure-themed style. I mean, bamboo torches would work. What could work? I mean, torches are the best possible thing that I could use for the jungle. Like, I could search up torch real quick, and I could end up with a lot of stuff, but the main one that I want to look at is this standing torch right here. It's small, but brings a huge flame to the mix. By huge, I mean just that size. So just add a few around the area. Probably not in places where the trees could burn. I mean, if there was a way we could contain the flames, then that's one other story. But having it too close to trees like that is a real big fire hazard. You guys tell me if I'm doing this wrong. But again, with the way Planet Coaster coding works, I have absolutely no idea how this is going to work. But in real life, you never want to put torches near trees like this. That's a big fire hazard for those leaves. Especially if you guys remember Pokemon with the whole type advantages thing. Part of it as well is the whole rock paper scissors mechanic with fire beats grass, grass beats water, water beats fire. This is the fire beats grass aspect of the rock paper scissors mechanic. And yeah, it's gonna be a big major bust at best. But even then, after that, I think we have ourselves a complete section of torches. And already we have ourselves lighting in the park. It is like I said to this park, let there be light. And the rest of the park filled with light. But now back to, actually I had this set to 3 p.m., didn't I? Yeah, I had this set to 3 p.m. for purposes. But in all honesty, that will take care of much of what I wanted to do with this game. I do want to go in and do some refurbishments next time we see each other. I do want to go in, place some ATMs around the place, do some replacements of some rides, some more scenery placement, and that's basically going to do that section done for the scenery building section of Planet Coaster, and that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching part of an hour and a half of recording. I swear to God, I love this game so much that I'm starting to go longer. I swear to God. I guess the creativity of the Steam Workshop has actually made me really great in terms of loving this game. But I also said earlier in the series that I wanted to go through the flat rides that I added, and I'm going to do that right now. So, think about this for a moment. I have, I'm going to try to look at this very carefully here. I think, did we? Ascendance, bumper cars. This is bumping Derby, by the way. Venetian Carousel, Centrum, Charoplane, Equalizer Forge, Free Flyer, Grand Carousel, Hammer Swing, Hellion Ring, Hurricane, Hyper Jump, Hyper Spin, Iron Claw, No. Keep going. Monteleone, Overpower, Power Moves, Scissor, Sky Temple, Star Wheel, Sunflare, Sundial, Swift Drifters, Teacups, the Screaminator, Vicehorn, and that's it. That is all of the flat rides in my park that potentially you could be named after, if not one of the coasters. So, a two-part segment of naming for the end of this series, potentially to close out my YouTube channel. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, leave a like, post your comments, hit subscribe to the notification bell, share this video with your friends. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time, everybody.